Do this. All right. Three. Wait, am I doing the intro or are you doing the intro?
You can do it.
Okay. Three, two, one. Welcome everybody to the Christmas special of the Soggy Conversations podcast. It's been a while. It's been a bit since we did a show. How are you doing, Sir Wolfgang?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I am also doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
You know, I'm doing terrible to be honest. How about you?
I'm doing pretty shit too. How about you?
I'm fucking amazing, man.
So am I. I'm doing great.
Oh, that's nice for you. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna keep going. So, so we were talking in our messages about doing like holiday specials for a while until we could figure out how to do the show more regularly. It was actually your idea because you
Yep.
have big brain creative ideas, and I just kind of exist and play video games. Yeah. Well, anyway, so today we're gonna be talking about Christmas culture for us growing up, right?
Yep.
Christmas culture. But before I get into that, has anything fun or cool happened since, we started our, I guess we can call it our break?
I don't know if it's really cool or if it's just sad, but someone died in the house right next to mine the other day.
Ow.
Like right in front of it, there was like a car accident. The car like completely flipped on its head.
Who the hell starts a conversation with that? I just sat down. No, I saw on Facebook, I saw your brother posted. I didn't know the person died.
Yeah, I found out about it that night.
Dude, that's actually so scary because like they were probably drunk driving or something. And it being right next to your house, like what if they rolled onto your guys' property and like destroyed part of your house? Like that's scary. That
Yeah.
happens. That happens. Man, that poor person. I don't know. It's not possible for drinking and driving to become illegal in America, is it? At this point,
I don't know.
all of our Congress people show up to work drunk and they drive there. Let's get some governing bitches. It's just That's so sad. That poor person. I
Yeah.
just I just hope nobody else was hurt, if that makes sense.
I don't think there was. I think it was just him.
Cause there's no snow in New York right now, right? Or there might be today, but there wasn't.
Yeah, no, not then, but it just started a little bit ago today.
Yeah. Yeah, so there wasn't like ice or anything. It was just terrible luck, I guess.
Yep,
That's sad. That is very sad. Could have been gravel too. I don't know. But anyway, where's my Wi-Fi so I can make sure it's charged? We good. We're good. We're Gucci. All right. So I have thought of one particular movie for myself for Christmas. It's only one. So how many movies do you have on your list?
a few.
Because for me, every Christmas, well, no, I mean, I have other movies that are Christmas movies to me, but not like I don't think they're classified as Christmas movies. But for me, I have one classified Christmas movie that's actually a Christmas movie, and it's only the one. And most people, I don't think, I feel like you might have it on your list. So I'm interesting. I'm interesting. I'm interested. I
I
am
mean, you're
interested.
both.
Thank you. Thank you. My doctor, my doctor says the same thing. It's very interesting finding out how bad my brain is. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I want to start with you if that's okay, so you can name your first movie and we could talk about that for a while.
Sure.
Okay.
Uh, Um, this didn't start until like a few years ago, but one movie that I've been going out of my way to watch every year. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a movie called Jingle All the Way.
No, I knew it. That's exactly what I said was gonna happen.
Oh,
That's the only one on my list.
that was it.
That was
Holy shit.
the one. As soon as you said, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, I was like, oh shit, here it comes.
Oh boy.
No way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. All right, you go ahead and you do your little I don't even know how we're supposed to do this now.
I don't know.
I'm not a pervert. I was just looking for Turbo Mendel.
Put that cookie down now.
Oh, such a good movie. That's such a cultural
Oh
moment.
yeah.
There really was a bomb in there? Just fucking blew up like that. Oh man. All right, you go ahead and tell me about Jingle All the Way, and then I'll tell you about my movie, Jingle All the Way.
Okay. For those uneducated, you still have time to educate yourselves. Don't worry. Uh, if you didn't know already, it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as a man named Howard Langston, and his son was Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars Episode One.
Yep.
Uh, Arnold, fucking being an idiot, neglects to get the one thing that his son wants, which happens to be really popular, and he has to go on this adventure, and Sinbad is there for some reason,
Then you do
and
them.
that's pretty much it.
You're my favorite customer. You're my favorite customer. Howard, can you come home? The house is on fire. Yeah, honey, I'll be home soon. And you're my favorite customer. Oh, you're my number one customer. That's what it is. You're my number one customer. So it's his son. His son's name was Jamie, if that's right. I grew up watching this movie.
Yep,
Uh, so we had it on VHS growing up because you know, my mom's house, we weren't the most like wealthy family. And then we would go to my dad's house and he would have like the newest gaming consoles and stuff. It would be like the weirdest duality of worlds. But by my mom's house, we had a VHS player which had the DVD player next to it. All of our movies though were VHS, and there was Jingle All the Way. And then we watched it so much. Like some Christmas seasons, we would watch it multiple times because that's all we had. And I really didn't like the Christmas story so much. I don't know why. I think like like the leg lamp thing
yep.
scared me. I don't know why. It just made me scared.
Scared by the sexy lamp leg?
Yeah, like whose leg is it? You know, like it was in my head. And then the tongue stuck to
Oh,
the pole scared me.
that part I get. Wait, you thought it was like a severed leg on a lamp?
I was like, which lady lost her leg, man? This is not a good movie, man. This is supposed to be for kids, man. Um, this year though, I mean, I just thought about this now. This year though, me and my wife sat down and we watched every single Home Alone movie, every one that ever came out, and they just progressively get much, much worse after the second one.
Oh yeah, of course.
And she goes, "Oh, well, they took out the scene with Trump in the movie. They took it out."
Oh really?
Yeah, which is crazy. Like that's shocking to me. But like they wouldn't do that to any other president. I was just so shocked because it's like I was like, just wait, honey, you're gonna see someone important in the movie. Skipped. She goes, "Who's that? Is that Piers Morgan?" It shows the lady in the I'm just kidding. Central Park. Central Park Piers Morgan. I'm just kidding, but yeah, no, Jingle All the Way is such a classic movie. It's such a cheesy movie, but I love it so much. I can't believe it. Man, I really can't believe that that was the first bloody movie you said. Like that
I honestly didn't know that was gonna be your pick.
that was the only one that I had on my list. I was like, Jingle All the Way, that's my movie. It's been my
You
movie
said you
forever.
only had one holiday movie, and my mind went to like Home Alone or Elf or A Christmas Story or something.
Nope.
Nope.
It was Jingle All the Way. And you know what? Like I said in the beginning of the episode, I'm like, you're probably gonna have it on your list too. But I wasn't thinking it would be your first one. I wasn't thinking you'd come right off the bat and be like, you probably never heard of it. Jingle All the Way. And then I'm like, that's the one. That's the only one I've got.
Funny how that works out.
Do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yes, I was actually just gonna say that. It's actually something I go out of my way to watch every year on Christmas.
That makes sense. You know I watch there's 8 movies that I watch on Christmas. Not other than Jingle All the Way. And it's all of the Harry Potter movies. I don't know why, but
Uh,
they're Christmas movies to me. Because every fucking one you have those weirdos saying, Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron. It's Merry Christmas, but whatever. Happy
You know.
Christmas, Hermione. And Hermione's like fucking twitching her eyebrows like someone's like would like Ethan Klein with Tourette's.
Yep.
Man, she talks with her eyebrows. Her lips don't even move. Yep. So let's talk about Jingle All the Way a little bit. That movie's actually crazy. So there's this one point where he's like he's looking really hard for these like Turbo Man dolls. And then you got this, so I don't know if it's chronological, but this is the part that's coming to my mind. He goes up to this mall Santa, and there's like a little midget guy. He's like, "Hey, so you want a Turbo Man doll?" Pulls up a piece of paper. It's a picture of the guy in his elf costume, the most criminal-like picture, holding the newspaper of the day and a Turbo Man doll, like a drug dealer would. And he's like, "All right." So Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to the place, and then the guy is like, "Yo soy Turbo Man." The toy says it. He's like, "What is this?" And then the toy breaks. Here's the thing.
Yeah, it just falls apart.
Did it break because he's just Arnold Schwarzenegger and he broke the fucking thing? Like he just grabbed it, he goes, "This is the Turbo Man doll," and it just like broke the whole fucking thing. No, it's probably just because it's a piece of shit toy. But then this motherfucker fights everybody dressed as Santa. And there's just like so many midgets flying in that scene. There is like a midget in every frame just flying across the screen. Is midget derogatory? I don't think so. I think that's the proper term. Short people?
I think it technically could be, but more often than not, I see midgets themselves using that term. So I look at that and I think, oh, okay, I guess it must be okay then.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ever tell you the time I was dancing? There was a live concert. I was dancing by myself, I thought, the whole time, you know, boogie woogieing. I looked down, midget was dancing with me the whole time for hours. I didn't even know. She was like, "This guy, he's a good dancer." And I looked down, I'm like, "Oh shit." I didn't even see you. Slow dancing was weird because I had to pick her up. I'm just kidding. No, she's a very nice lady. She was a very nice lady. But anyway, back to Jingle All the Way. So Jingle All the Way, he starts fighting everybody. Then the police show up and like this weird like drug bust for illegal toy sales or this movie's the dumbest fucking movie.
Yeah, and
Everybody
then he
on the
just,
ground.
without hesitation, he just grabs a toy badge and fucking impersonates an FBI agent.
Yeah. With Officer Howard. Why are you guys late? Where you guys been? I'm like, bro, you could tell that's one of those like shitty badges. But it was so perfect that he was right there at the right time to find the badges. But it's a little bit believable. But like, um, so he's like, then he goes to the mall, or maybe this isn't chronological. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a while. So he goes to the mall and they have this lottery system going on with these balls. And one ball, so cartoonishly, which by the way, when you watch the scene, it's very obvious he could have caught the fucking ball. Like he could have just jumped up, like in the picture, in the frame of the screen, there's like three balls where his hand are. I don't know if it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger's like super strong grip that just makes the ball go flying, but he just like jumps up and all of a sudden the ball's flying across the room. And all of these little people, he's a colossal like human being. Like just these random normal humans are like stopping him from getting a ball. If he really wanted to, he just loud, give me the ball, and he just start taking shit. You know what I mean? I would pick you up and put you down.
Yep.
And so then he ends up in this like ball pit with this little girl. And that's when he becomes pervert. Even though he was only looking for even though he was only looking for Tobomino.
I am not pervert.
I'm not
I was just
pervert.
looking for I was just looking for Turbo Man doll.
I'm not pervert. I was just looking for Tobomino.
Don't forget the part before that when Sinbad steals his ball and then he falls to the floor screaming, He got two! He got two! And then everyone starts fucking going after Sinbad.
Why was Sinbad in this movie? And like his character role was just to be a fucking menace. Like at the end of the
Yeah.
movie, they all like he ends up somehow becoming this replacement for Turbo Man. And so then oh no, we gotta talk about something else before we get to that point. His wife and the neighbor, dude. That motherfucker was creepy. I like how he was like this nice guy routine, and then he's by himself with the kids, and he goes to grab a cookie. Well, he calls Howard, and he's like, "Your wife's cookies are to die for," or like some creepy shit. It's like that's when he's like, "Put down that cookie," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or put that
Who
cookie
told you
down.
to eat my cookies?
So fucking stupid. So then when he actually goes to grab the cookie, he burns his hand so bad. And all of a sudden, the nice guy facade is gone. Pipe down there. So, I mean, we can acknowledge now that could have Howard was a terrorist. He burned down his neighbor's house. He almost destroyed half the city to get that Turbo Man doll. He what did he like sucker punch that poor reindeer?
Yep.
Wrong day. Like a fucking poor little and like those poor caroling children. What was it? It was like caroling children. A flying head comes flying through the window. Like this man was terrorizing the city for this Turbo Man doll. That if he was just a
Uh,
decent dad, he could have gotten before.
yeah, no, if you look it up online, you can easily find people have compiled lists of all of the crimes, not just he, but Sinbad commit throughout the entire film. And it is a lot.
Is it? I never even looked it up, but that sounds fun to do. But like I couldn't believe how like cartoonish it was when I rewatched it as an adult, but I still love it. Like so let's get back to he replaces the Turbo Man stunt figure, right? Or the stunt
Hmm.
person for Turbo Man. And he like flies into a fucking building, but like he acts like an arrow, so he just like I'm like, what? It's his face. His face crashed into a building. The force, because of how fast he was moving, would have destroyed his head. He probably weighs like, who knows, 250 pounds because he's so huge. He's going like, I don't know, 250 pounds. We'll just say he's going 20 miles an hour. Uh, that's a lot. That's like 5,000. The force is like 5,000 or something like that. Boom, he's dead. Oh, Tubble Man. Bam, he's gone.
Yeah, and then he flies through someone else's fucking house.
Yeah, what if they were like doing other Christmas? Like some people on Christmas, their wife doesn't get them Christmas presents. You know what I mean? I'm not saying me, but
Yeah.
some people. So the wife feels bad and does things. Okay. And then and then what if he's flying through and he just sees Merry Christmas, honey? Hawk Tua starts. And he flies through. He's like, oh, that's crazy. Can I join? I'm Turbo Man. Is Turbo Man not allowed to watch? He just flies through the rest of the building. Or like, you ever think about that? Like in these fucking like in Spider-Man Miles Morales or Spider-Man, I think maybe it was even yeah, Spider-Man 1 on PlayStation 4 when all these things just tear through these buildings and Spider-Man just flies through the buildings,
Yep.
just passing through. And it's just like Glock 3000's going on when he passes through. Can Spider-Man join in? He just keeps flying. It's like you never think about stuff like that unless you're me for some reason, but wow, that's crazy. You're really good at that.
Whoa! Oh, that's hot. Oh shit.
Whoa, now I'm hard. Ah! That sounds like something you'd see on Wayne's World or Austin Powers, actually.
He just fucking flies through the window and his dick hits one of the guys in the face as he passes by.
It's slow motion. It's just, and you see the impact.
God.
But it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, so his dick is like massive and super solid, so it just kills the guy. Takes off half his head. Turbo Man and his turbo dick. He's taking care of things.
Turbo Dick.
Turbo dick. Anyway, so it's crazy. They go through all this destroying the city and terrorizing this poor neighborhood for the son Jamie, who is a spoiled brat. Let's be real. Jamie to just give Sinbad the toy. And then he's like, "Why would I need the toy when I have the real Turbo Man at home?" Also, so Papa Meat made a video about this a while ago, this movie. You ever watch Papa Meat?
I don't think so.
It's like Meat Canyon, you know Meat Canyon, like the Wabbit season videos. It's Wabbit
Yeah, I'm
season.
familiar with it.
You've got a tight little man pussy. Like that one. It's really
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Okay. Really uncomfortable video. Well anyway, he uh he talked about it and he was like, I don't know much about like karate and their belt system. Um, so he's like, it's a fucking yellow belt. And you're wanting your dad to show up. Like I know the yellow belt's like the one right after white. So it's not a big deal, I don't think. It's not like purple or black. If it was a black belt, of course. Um, but he just shows up for a yellow belt. And then he shows up late somehow. And that terrible cop that's just there everywhere in the fucking movie. Do the alphabet backwards. Uh, Z, Y.
For
Oh, that's like
Q.
Patrick. 11,
Another Q.
lasagna.
24.
3. Yeah, well, yeah, damn. Well, anyway, let's move on to another movie unless you have anything else you want to add about this crazy Jingle All the Way.
One more thing. Again, back to the cookie scene. I wanted to mention this earlier. His neighbor, played by the late Phil Hartman. Right when he picks up, he goes, "Where's Lizzie?" He goes, "I think he's in the shower, Howard. You want me to go check?" No. I
Oh,
mean,
right.
no, that's okay.
Why is the neighbor in his house when she's in the shower? You know what I mean? It's also uncomfortable. And then what did she smacked him in the face with like in the car. She knocked him out with like some sort of like beverage, if I remember correctly. It was like a
Eggnog.
yeah. She knocked his ass out.
It was eggnog. Yeah.
She killed him. You know, I'm a catch. Kink. Crazy, dude. Crazy, crazy. Okay. You know, I might rewatch that movie this year, but it's probably not as good as I remember.
I
I
think
don't,
it's great. You should.
yeah, I think it's been maybe there's no way it's been a decade because we got rid of our VHS tapes. But it was the only movie I watched for like most of my childhood for Christmas. I think it's been a decade now. Oh my God. What the frickety frack? All right. All right, next. Let's see. Well, now I have to come up with a movie because you still jingle all the way. That's so crazy. That's so cool. I've never thought that would have happened. The first movie you name. But I should have expected that. I should have expected that. Okay. Let's think. Hmm. Also, do you notice my background's like backwards? Why? I don't know. Because it wasn't backwards when I put it into Zoom.
Looks fine to me.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's just, oh, maybe I'm getting a mirrored image because I
Yeah,
see
you you're
myself.
you're probably mirrored.
Oh, okay, cool. I see. Well, then anyway, let's see. What's a movie that I know and love? Damn, I can't think of one right off my head with Jingle All the Way being taken. Oh, you know what? I used to watch Are We There Yet with Ice Cube during Christmas season too.
Oh,
Um, because I think that's during Christmas, no? Is it not?
I don't know. I've never actually seen that one.
Well, it's just like, so let me look it up. Let me make sure it's a Christmas movie before I start yapping about it. Let's see. Oh shit, is Are We There Yet a Christmas movie? How did it know I was gonna look that up? Yeah, so it's Christmas, I guess. Well, either way, it's a really good movie, I think. But it's really cheesy. It's very like early 2000s feeling, like the bobblehead talks and laughs and stuff. It's really weird. But he's like this guy, he works at a sports shop. I'm just basing this off memory. I didn't prepare any of this, so hopefully I do it okay. But he works at a sports shop and he does like he wants to get this woman. He sees this beautiful woman walk outside his store. So he's like, "Wow, she's so beautiful." So Ice Cube walks out the store, he's gonna go flirt with her, and all of a sudden these kids run up and like there's music playing as he's walking towards this woman. And all of a sudden like the music goes because the children come up to the mother. But then he's like, well, this woman is so beautiful. So he, eventually meets up with her. I think it's his neighbor, ends up being his new neighbor or something like that. Maybe not. Oh no. So her car breaks down. Her car breaks down when she's by herself in the rain. So he picks her up and he's flirting with her. And the bobblehead's like, you gonna lay pipe or some weird shit. Like the bobblehead was unhinged in that movie. So the bobblehead was like flirting with it, trying to like get him to fuck her. Apparently he could talk to the bobblehead because I think he like threw the bobblehead away for some reason as if she could hear it. Brother, you got schizophrenia. I don't know what else to say. But so he drops her off, and then I think they start planning on going out for dates, but he has problems with kids. Like he hates kids. So of course, in typical movie fashion, he ends up having to like drive the kids to the city to meet with the mom. And he's got this fancy car that he loves so much. So, almost Tommy Boy fashion, the car gradually gets destroyed, and he has to learn that he loves the kids. He loves the kids and the wife and the mom. And
Of course.
of course, of course. And then all of a sudden they're like driving and I think yeah, the car catches on fucking fire, dude. Like the car blows up. I don't know, I don't remember what happened. I know there was like a weird deer that they took a picture of and the deer started like boxing Ice Cube because it's an early 2000s movie. So Ice Cube is like fist fighting this fucking deer and the children are scared taking pictures or whatever. And then the car like blows up in like that same sequence. I don't understand. I don't remember why the car blew up, but it just fucking just blows up. I think it's like some cartoonish shit. She's like, well, at least we still got the car. Like some stupid, dumb movie shit. Um, so then they end up like, they're still heading to New York City, I think, or it might have been Chicago. It was just a city, you know. They all kind of look the same in the movies because they use the same fucking cities. But the little girl ends up singing Respect at like this weird like children's area. She's like, little respect. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Weird ass shit. But I love it. Like I was a kid, but I thought it was the dumbest thing. So then they try oh, that's what happened. So he tries to go to the airport and they don't allow multi-tools for some reason. And this is why they had to drive. So they don't allow multi-tools for some reason. And the little boys, for some reason, got like a multi-tool with knives, and screwdrivers, and corkscrews, and all these crazy things. And he shoves it in Ice Cube's pocket. And Ice Cube's a big, African American man. There, so he ends up getting like jumped by security. And then that's why they have to drive. And Ice Cube's angry. He's doing his angry Ice Cube face. Today's
Not just
not,
his normal face.
that's true. He's doing his Ice Cube face, which he eventually like teaches the kid in the movie. He's like, you got to give him the face. Again, it's a typical 2000 movie. Um, but towards the end, he like has like a falling out with the mother because he's so angry about the kids blowing up his car. They get into like some fight, and then at the end, he like Adam Sandler fashion is like, "I love you," and then they're kissing, and then the camera's panning out, and the kids are jumping on the beds. Um, and then that's the end of the movie. And I think the bobblehead comes in again. He's like, mm-hmm, like some dumb shit. Some really, is the weirdest movie ever. I recommend you watch it. I think you'd have a good time because it's one of those movies that are just like thoughtless and stupid. Very like kids Tommy Boy-esque, like a little kid's Tommy Boy. I I could be way off on my memory. It's been a really long time, but I feel like I'm actually right on the money. And then they made another motherfucking Are We There Yet? Like, why would you ever make another one?
because it was successful.
I guess. How much? There's no way it was that successful though.
I mean,
Because,
it was a kids movie in the 2000s with Ice Cube.
bro, I watched it a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh shit. And then they got those stupid ass dog movies with the Christmas dog movies. Well, anyway, we'll ignore those, but
Oh, yep.
the dogs are fucking talking and shit. What was it, like Santa Paws or some stupid, some stupid ass shit.
Yeah, that was it.
Are we there yet? Yeah, are we there yet too? What the hell? Wait, is that Terry Crews this time?
That reminds me, they made like 10 years ago, they made a sequel to Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, yeah. I think I watched it once and it was very forgettable. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my God, they made a Are We There Yet? But with Terry Crews. They're just like, let's just swap out famous people. The
He's
funniest.
big and black. That's good enough for me.
That's literally what they did. Let me show you this bobblehead so you know how like perverted and weird this motherfucker was. This was the face he made most of the movie. Can you see that shit?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was freaking me out. Oh yeah, he gets caught on fire when the car blows up. I forgot.
What?
He's like, oh, he starts like blowing at the fire. The movie is so terrible, dude. Like, why did the car blow up? I don't understand. Oh, you should watch it though. It's funny. Oh yeah, the kid has asthma. Of course he does. Like the young boy has asthma and like he forgot his inhaler or some dumb shit. So Ice Cube has to run into this pharmacy all frantic. And again, this is early 2000s. He's this big black guy. And it's like a pharmacy like with like old people. And they're like, "Oh Jesus, don't rob me." No, 2000s was terrible, dude. 2000s was terrible. Everybody acts scared of
Yeah,
either they're friends with Ice Cube or they're scared of Ice Cube. I don't know.
there's no in between.
There's no in between. I think Ice Cube's a funny motherfucker. I think he's very
Oh
funny.
yeah, he's great.
I like his bit with Kevin Hart and Conan, the car, where they're driving. They're teaching the lady how to drive. You ever seen that one?
I don't think I have.
Bro, that's one of the funniest videos online. They're teaching this like Korean girl how to drive, and she's an intern for Conan. And oh man, it's just like so funny. You should watch it. You should watch it. All right, moving on to your next movie.
All right. I didn't make like a list or anything, but I do have a few off the top of my head that I've watched quite a few times. Um, I have it on tape, so I was probably gonna watch it again this year. I feel like you've probably had to have seen this at least once or twice. The 2000 live action Grinch movie with Jim Carrey.
How did I forget that? Okay, I'll let you
Yeah,
talk about it, but
you seem excited. I kind of want you to talk about
it's the craziest movie because it's just Jim Carrey with green makeup. They're just like they let him off the hook. But
it. Basically, yes.
I want to just hear what you have to say and then I'll talk about it. But I can't believe I forgot. How do you forget the Grinch?
I mean, I also go out of my way to, because it's on TV like every year. I go out of my way to watch the animated special from the '60s as well.
Oh,
But yeah, no, it's just the story of the Grinch, except way more insane and with Jim Carrey doing Jim Carrey things.
Wallow in self-pity, dinner with me. I can't miss that again. You remember?
Relatable.
Yep, relatable and funny. Damn, that movie is so good though. We used to watch it in school. I don't know if your school ever put it on for you, but we would watch it in school, dude.
I think we might have like once.
Man, what was? I'm trying to remember. You remember? So in our school, we used to have. This is a little bit of a tangent. We used to have these Christmas parties at Bosie's. Remember?
Yeah.
And
Yep. I definitely remember that.
they were so nice.
Hmm.
You know, there's never a vibe much. There's never a vibe like wintertime in Bosie's because it was so cold and it was so fun and everybody was like in a festive mood except for the people punching lockers. And but when they punched the lockers during Christmas time, they made jingle bell sounds.
Yep.
Oh my God. So when you punch a locker, it goes ching ching ching. So that just reminded me when I first arrived in Japan, you say chin 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 when you ring a bell. Well, I didn't have a bell on my bike, so I was saying chin 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 chin, not thinking I know the word in Japanese and what it means, chin chin, but I kept saying it
Oh God.
out loud in public. So I want you to imagine some random
Oh.
foreigner just riding through your neighborhood. Penis, 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 penis. And my wife goes, "Stop it, stop it." I go, "What?" She goes, "You're saying chin chin." I go, "No, I'm saying ching ching." She goes, "They don't hear it like that." And I'm like, "Oh no." So what am I supposed to say? She goes, "Say nothing." She's basically like, "Shut the fuck up." That's what she told me. Anyway, back to the Grinch.
I don't know where to carry off from that.
I don't know where to go from there either. But like, the dog was really
Thank
cute.
you, Papa Franco.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, Papa Frankie. Oh, I miss those days, man. Where he teaches
Oh yeah.
Japanese, where he's like, did you ever did you ever find out like now that I speak Japanese, when I watched his Weeaboo video, he's not saying what's in the subtitles at all. He is saying the most terrifying shit. So at first he
That
starts
is not surprising at all.
so at first he like starts off like, "Hey, welcome to the Papa Frank show." And all of a sudden like the subtitles say something like, "Today I'm going to teach you Japanese, blah blah blah." But in reality what he's saying is there is a dead Jew in my closet right now. And I'm like, and when I'm listening, I'm watching the video, I'm like, it's so funny. I remember these videos and I remember thinking how cool it was he spoke Japanese so good. So I start listening and I go, "Huh?" I couldn't believe my very ears. What is this? Who's texting me? Oh my. Sorry. My brother is just texted me about something interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I couldn't believe it. And he would just say crazy stuff. That's the one that sticks out to me because like I was just shocked. It was the first thing he says in the video. It was like, "There's a dead Jew in my closet." And I'm like, "What?" And yeah, I I miss Filthy Frank, man. I miss it. Did you ever
Oh yeah.
do you watch the H3 podcast? Because they do a really good Christmas special, and it's so fun.
Uh, I don't. I never got around to checking it out.
Oh, I see. Well, they're really, really
I probably
fun.
should though, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. I've watched every episode pretty much since 2016, man. Or whenever the podcast started. I think I watched every single episode. Just because it's a routine. They're really nice to listen to. They're really funny usually. Recently, Ethan's been going on these tangents about like really intense stuff, so it's kind of not as fun, but it's personal to him, so whatever. Let him do it. But it's so fun, man. They did this one where Ethan literally dressed up as the Grinch, and it was so good. Like it was amazing. Let me see if I could pull it up for you. Um, I'll show it. I'll show it on the podcast so everybody can see the screen. Ethan Klein as the Grinch. Do you see he's skinny now?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's like he's lighter than I am. He weighs less than me now.
Really?
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Can you see the screen?
Okay, now. Yeah, okay.
Isn't
Wow.
that crazy? And this episode was, oh my, that is not Ethan Klein, but that is that is something. So Ela dressed up as like just some like oh Mrs. Claus and he was the Grinch. But it's such a good show. And like one of the gifts was like a Cosby doll, like a Bill Cosby doll. And
Ooh,
those things are terrifying.
even
So
more so now.
even more so now. So they all like talked about, and one of the people are very superstitious there, and they talked about how it was cursed. So now every single uh like Halloween special, someone sneaks a Cosby doll into it to scare Zach, who is the guy who's very superstitious and very like he's scared of the Clarence Kleinwater or whatever it's called, Credence Kleinwater. I forget what they're called, but because he thinks that they're gonna curse him. Let me show you this doll, dude. This is the scariest motherfucking doll. He looks like he could kill somebody.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So let me show you this. This is when they found it. Let me see if I could. Sh- it's okay for us to watch the video clip, right? Like that's not gonna. We're not gonna get like copyright struck from H3 podcast, right?
I'd hope not.
I wouldn't think so. He talks about fair use like all the time. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. This is the scariest motherfucking video. What is this? What is this? That's not what I wanted. That was weird as shit. All right, here we go. So, oh no, I'm poor. I don't have YouTube Premium. Here we go. This is so funny. Can you still hear it?
Not really.
All right. Let me... How about now?
Yeah, that's better.
A brief history. It's so creepy.
survived a fire in 1930. The seller described it as unsettling. Oh my god, bro, you really shouldn't have brought that into my house. Yeah, he just disrespected the shit out of you guys today. He double parked. He brought you out. You really brought this into my fucking house? At least you gave it to Dan, not me.
Oh, in an attempt to send for Ethan, Amy offered to craft the cursed items from the Klein household. It's such a good, like, the podcast is just H3 videos, but for 3 hours long, every episode.
Dan first of all left it in the fake bet. Almost dick good, by the way. So maybe you're accepting this from me and you're lifting the curse. I'm accepting it from you. Thank you. And Zach, like the record, I'm holding by the neck. Savage, bro. I've never seen you thank you for everything. Maybe the bag. All right, guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Take care.
I was at AB1 major points in my book. Ah, okay. But anyway, let's fast forward to the main part. So, destroy the child. So they,
Like somewhat in my possession. You're cursed, bro.
all right, Zach demanded that AB bring his gaming chair with. Oh shit! So Zach's like super scared of this doll.
In your garage, Dan, but the Cosby doll is being transferred to Zach. Correct. So it's interesting that they've kind of gone a different path. Yeah, they've diverged. We thought it was about to split them up. Thanks for bringing it up. What the fuck is this? It's the chair, bro. It's all you, baby. It's your fucking ass. No, I didn't put my ass on it. I brought the chair. You take the doll. So on I bring the chair and leave the fucking doll. You gotta burn some fucking thing. Bad voodoo in here, man. Fuck. Fuck. You stand out there. Fuck off, dude. All right, Zach. I don't want it. You're 7 foot. What's the ghost gonna do to you, bro? That's all you are. I don't want it. Oh, it's actually sage. What was the sage for, Zach?
All right, that's it. I just want to show you that. It's so funny. The Cosby doll, the Cosby doll arc. So it shows up on like Halloween specials randomly. It shows up just like when you don't expect it. It's so funny. But yeah, Ethan Klein was the Grinch for Christmas. This is what happens every episode when we were doing the show regularly. Just tangents. All right, back to your Christmas
Yep.
list. The Grinch. Uh, I don't have much to say about the Grinch, to be honest. Just a great movie.
The part where he falls face first into the woman's tits.
Oh, you're right. What is that? It's such a classic.
Or there's the part where he puts the mistletoe to his ass. Or the part where his ship just explodes randomly.
Who was the lady that he fell on? Martha?
I think it might be. It's been a couple of years. It's been a few years since I watched it.
Oh my God. Baby Grinch was so creepy, dude. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Oh man. I forget how creepy the Grinch was, bro. Let's see. Here we go, if I can find the scene. Where is it? Um, Man, Baby Grinch was creepy. I'm uncomfortable. Man, I gotta rewatch this weird ass movie. Why did my teachers let me watch this in school?
Good question.
There we go. This is the part for sure. They got the fucking Dutch angles and everything, bro. This movie's crazy. Let me optimize it so that way it looks good on the advanced optimize for video sharing. Share. Here we go. Ready?
So cruel to him.
Creepy ass Grinch. Who came up with this? Hang on, we gotta. What the? Oh shit! He talks in the boobs. I forget. Sorry about that.
Hello, Bertha.
Cindy?
He just lingered there. Oh, there it is. Oh, such a classic, dude. Such a classic.
Yeah.
Craziest fucking movie, man.
And then his sleigh explodes.
What is it with the 2000 movies and their sleighs exploding? Like it falls off a cliff and blows up? Is that what happens?
Ah, fuck. I don't remember right off. I just remember him running away, blows up.
Oh, let me see if I can find it. He was such a like a weirdo. It was just Jim Carrey. Like the faces are just Jim Carrey. Like, let me show you this.
That's the Grinch, and I go, I must find a way to stop Christmas from coming, and
He's such a like a national treasure.
Yeah.
He goes from like a normal handsome guy to just like whatever the fucking what the hell that was. The Grinch, I guess. So, let's see. Do you have any other movies you want to talk about, or shall we move on to
Uh,
Christmas culture?
okay, you there? I think my internet cut out for a second.
Yep, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other movies you want to talk about?
Yeah, but one last little footnote I figured I should mention. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but the little girl who played Cindy Lou Who, um, she's the singer of a rock band. I don't know if you're aware of this.
No, I wasn't.
Uh, both I and our friend uh Belle, you can cut this part out. Um, but it's a band. Her name is Taylor Momsen, and it's a band called the Pretty Reckless.
Okay.
You should check them out. They're actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I will check them out.
Yeah,
I've been recently wanting to listen to Guns N' Roses again.
good choice.
Yeah, I love Guns N' Roses. Estranged is like a perfect. For some reason, I love Estranged in the winter. I don't know why. There's no reason particularly. I just love it.
Vibes.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. He's like talking about all the changing seasons, and you can see the snow. And there's no snow in Japan, so like I really miss like New York on Christmas. Christmas here
Yeah.
is really fucking beautiful, actually, and it misses like, but we're just missing like the street drug addicts that like wear like nine hats and Oniana and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I've seen one druggie in Japan the entire time I've lived here, and the worst he did was walked weird. He was just walking weird, like really weird. Like he was like a 40-year-old man, and he would just randomly like make 90-degree cuts, like a video game character in an 8-bit game. It's very interesting. Very nice guy though. I hope. I don't know. He was talking to himself, but he seemed like he was very nice to himself. Yep. But New York Christmas is great. But
Yeah.
I have to check her out. If maybe I'll have to ask you to send me like the name of the band in Messenger so I can remember because I'm probably gonna forget.
Yeah, sure, no problem, man.
Because yeah, I'd like to look that up. I think Belle has a YouTube channel, so I don't think we need to cut that out.
I realized that right after I said it. I was like,
Yeah.
which also we should try to get her on here at some point.
I
We
thought about
should get
that
to it.
too. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been setting up a lot of like interviews from my show on my channel, but I haven't set up anything for this. We should get Belle on our podcast. Um, and I want to get you on an interview on my show on my main channel too. I'm just having fun with that. I've been doing a lot of stuff on my main channel ever since our break, but
Yeah.
um, when
Which
we
reminds me, if you ever need like any or you want like any voice acting or anything for something like Earth 3024, I'll be more than willing to oblige.
yeah, I was actually about to ask that. Like at some point, I'd
Yeah.
like to get you in on the show. Um, because as you could tell during my first episode, it's just me,
Yep.
myself, and me with different voices. And Fred himself is just my voice. Uh, Jerry is the creepy guy at the end of the show. I don't know what that voice is, but it's just Jerry. And then I don't know. For the other guy, I forget his name. I think it's Andy. That's his name. Is Andy. I just gave him the most generic gravel voice. But the idea is just I was having fun. And then, the scene where he's just like he's shitting on the toilet and he's playing the Switch and the video game is just JD Vance fucking the couch. I was gonna call it JD Couch Smasher, but I didn't know if I where I could fit it on the screen and make it look good. But I've been doing a lot for my YouTube channel, trying to. I really was hopeful that you would start your YouTube channel up again because I really enjoyed when you made videos, like the not safe for work side of, which all of those are gone, like you said, or
Yep.
you just had a lot of good videos that I think you must have privated.
Yeah, I privated them because I
Which,
started doing like the edits and stuff.
yeah, which I understand because I deleted, and I really wish I never deleted. I deleted all of my CJC Films era videos off of YouTube when I
Really?
graduated and started going for a new job, looking for jobs and stuff, because I didn't want people to look up my name and see like loving on my cousin and fucking on my cousin. So I was like, let me just delete these, and I didn't think about it, and now I regret it so bad because I was also really insecure about how I looked back then.
Yeah.
There was a really bad like body dysmorphia, body image thing for that. Because obviously, like I weighed twice as much as I do now, almost. Maybe no, no, yeah. I weighed a lot. Like if you were doing it in kilograms, I weighed almost twice as much. Crazy. Um, which is how we weigh ourselves here in kilograms. I couldn't believe that shit. When I got on the scale here in Japan after 6 months, I gained so much weight, and you can't really tell. And so I was like, okay, I'm fine. I look great. My belly's still skinny. And all of a sudden, I just turned a little bit and I remembered why they called me Thick Carter at school. I go, damn, damn, that's a big butt. So then I went to try on suits for my wedding, and the Japanese lady, we're speaking Japanese all through the day, and she broke Japanese to say, "Your butt's so big." That's all she said to me. And I'm like, damn. She goes, "You'll lose weight, right?" Yeah, I'll lose weight. Your butt's so big. Yeah, couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't believe my wife is skinny, right? Like they have this thing in Japan where they'll just call you fat. I don't know why, but they'll do it. My wife is skinny, and then her mom's like, "You're fat, lose weight." I'm like, "Oh my God." Like my wife is like this. She's my pinky. You're fat, lose weight. Okay. And then she'll look at me. She's like, "No, Carter, you're great. You're fine." They think it's all muscle for me. I'm like, "Yeah, some of it's muscle, but a lot of it's just, I was a really big dude at one point." But they're really mean here. But Christmas time here and Christmas culture in Japan is so fun, man. It's so beautiful, but I just miss Christmas time in New York.
Yeah, it's something special.
It really is. Like the feeling, the atmosphere, especially when it finally
Hmm.
starts snowing, um, which we're starting to lose snow in the world. Like it's just not snowing like it used to.
Yep.
You remember when we were kids and it would be like snowy on Halloween? Like we'd go trick or treating in the snow.
Yeah.
You remember that? Or Thanksgiving there'd be snow and you knew you didn't have to worry about snow not coming for Christmas. And then the last few years, like some people are like, is it going to snow on Christmas? Because it'll snow, but it won't like accumulate, like it won't become snowy grounds. It just kind of melts. So it's
Mm.
like it's scary because like we have people denying that it exists. Um, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. You know what doesn't exist? Canada. I have a friend that I met here. He's from Canada. And remember in school I used to always say Canada's a lie. It's a conspiracy made by the Chinese or just some crazy shit because everybody talked about how like global warming was a conspiracy made by the Chinese at some point. It's just like that's our world. But there was this Republican senator, like I think in 2021, he was like, "You want to know the real answer to global warming? Have more American babies, because American babies will save the world." Huh? What? Why are you, what? More American babies. That'll save us. Have more babies, and global warming will disappear somehow. If it was like, I don't know what he's saying. He specifically said American babies. If that baby's from Bangladesh, it ain't helping nothing. If that baby's from China, it's doing nothing to help. But if it's American baby, this world will be saved. What?
I don't know.
I have no idea what he's saying. That's so crazy, dude. It's funny though. It's not funny, but it's funny because I think he's no longer in office, I hope. But I don't remember. It was some senator, some crazy motherfucker. I think he got voted out like very shortly after. Because I think even like other Republicans were like, American babies. I don't know. But I miss snow, dude. I miss it. I miss it. We don't get it here. Like, I guess when my mother-in-law was a kid, she grew up in Nagasaki, which is only a 3-hour drive from here. Um, it used to kind of snow, like just a little bit. Like what it used to do for us back in our childhood, like in October, it would just be a little bit of snow. And now there's nothing. Like if you see a snowflake, you'll see it fall and then you'll see it melt on the ground and you'll never see
Yeah,
another
it just dissolves. Yeah.
you'll never see another snowstorm. So Christmas here isn't the same vibe. You get all the cold without the snow and you get like beautiful lights, but you don't get turkey. We don't have turkey in Japan. So we don't get to do turkey feasts. So everybody does KFC. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
So my mother-in-law is a health freak, which I love that about her. So instead of KFC, she makes her own like chicken legs. And dude, it is fire. Like so good. And she'll make her own like chicken feast for Christmas. But everybody else is getting these giant buckets of chicken. And like they're American for a day because they're clogging their arteries and they're just destroying their lives. And like everybody laughs at me because usually if my wife's busy and I have to eat dinner by myself, I'll go to McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken. Those are the two places I go. So then like everybody was like, "Oh, what did you have for dinner?" I go, so they call it Kentucky here. I go Kentucky. And then they laugh at me. And they're like, "Ha ha ha, so American." That's unfortunate.
But one thing we do have is we don't have a tree anymore. I mean, if we do, it's in our crawl space. Our cats used to always knock it down, so we don't set up anymore. But what we do have is this big. Maybe I'll send you a video of it later. It's like this big um animatronic singing Scooby Doo
Okay.
because my mom fucking loves Scooby Doo. I mean, I do too as well, but you know. So we take that out. It sings Christmas songs. It has a hat,
I love
and
that.
we yeah, it's great.
I love that. We had a singing Santa whose like feet were blistered because he was doing stuff. And he would just like do this with his head and just say, "Oh, my feet." And he'd like put his feet in like this bowl of water. The weirdest fucking thing. And it creeped me out because it only worked if you pressed buttons to make it work. But one time I was sleeping out in the living room and all of a sudden I heard, "Oh, my feet." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And I looked behind me and Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon was stealing my Santa Claus. I'm just kidding. Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon stole the Santa.
He's fallen on hard times.
He was struggling. He kept getting in trouble for massaging Miranda Cosgrove's feet on Nickelodeon.
Ooh, yep.
That's such a creepy motherfucker. Merry Christmas, Santa Claus. Oh, my feet. It got even creepier when I was going to a mall and there was a mall Santa. I'm like, "Yo, it's a mall Santa." And I started walking and I hear in that mall Santa's voice, "Oh, my feet." And I look back and it's Dan Schneider again and like a ravenous dog. He's biting at the Santa's leather shoes, just trying to get to Santa's feet. And it was just something I never thought I'd see in my life. Dana Schneider is shaped like Grimace from McDonald's. So if you can imagine Grimace slowly slithering towards Santa's boots, um, the thing is, Santa didn't seem like he didn't like it. Santa kind of seemed like he enjoyed it after a while. Like his cheeks got all rosy red, even more so. And like he was ho ho hoing quite a bit. I think it might have tickled a little bit. It was something else. Ho 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 ho. Yep. Yep. It was something else. It was crazy because the security guards go to stop Dan Schneider. And Dan Schneider's on all fours like a dog. Like a fat, like like a wiener dog. Like if you can
Yep.
imagine like with their belly scraping against the ground, that's what Dan Schneider was like. And he started like pouncing at each security guard, specifically at their boots. So it became a problem. And like everybody starts getting scared. And then like the elf goes to kick Dan Schneider. Wrong idea. All Dan Schneider did was open his mouth and accepted it. He accepted the kick and then swallowed the elf's leg. It was over. Like it was so scary, man. Dan Schneider scared me that day. He scared me that day quite a bit. And I thought it was over. And then I just start hearing, I directed The Hateful Eight, right? I directed Django, right? And I go, uh-oh. This is bad. Out comes Quentin Tarantino. He's on all fours too. Santa's got 1 foot left. He's coming. I was like, this is terrifying. And then they all looked up. Happy Christmas, everybody. And the crowd clapped. And that was the Christmas special at my mall.
Wow. That sounds traumatizing.
It was. It was traumatizing. It's life forming, really. I'll never forget. Every time I see a mall Santa, I'm looking like, "Where's Dan Schneider? Where's Dan Schneider?" Where's Quentin Tarantino? You know? Yeah. For my Christmases as a kid, we would go to my dad's and my mom's. We had two Christmases because my parents were divorced. And my dad would work overtime for every holiday season. He would work overtime and he would skip lunches and any meal he could to save money to get his Christmas presents. And I remember I wanted to be Mr. No, I wanted to be Dash from The Incredibles. Like that was all I wanted as a kid. And let me see if I Google myself, we could find the picture, I'm sure. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, so my dad was hunting for like an entire month or two to find this one thing for me for Christmas. And I'll show you. I'm sure you know the picture, but I don't know if
Yep.
the watchers do. Um, this right here is one of my dad's favorite pictures of all time. Is just me in my Incredibles uniform, and yeah, it's such a good picture. Let me see if I can stop the share. So he put it on a mug actually. Let me show you real quick. Oh, oh, bitch. Me and the wife use it to hold our chopsticks because we're cheap and I don't want to drink out of it too much because I don't want to have to keep washing it. But isn't
That
that
is
something?
sweet.
Yeah. So my dad gave it to Risa as a gift, like as a gag gift. And so she brought it home with her to Japan. So the day I arrived in Japan, um, her dad was making coffee. He goes, Carter, would you like some coffee? It's my first morning in Japan. I go, oh, yes, please. Yes, I would love coffee. And all of a sudden, he puts this cup right in front of me. And all I see is this part. And I didn't think about what it could be. So I'm like, oh, cool. It's like an animal or something. So I set down the cup. And he's been laughing like the whole time ever since he set the cup down. And I go, oh. And he starts laughing so hard because it's just, this picture of like 6-year-old me in this Incredibles uniform. And he says, "Oh, it's cute and whatnot, whatever." But it's so funny that he poured me coffee. Like he planned that. He must have planned that like way before, because he had a good laugh. Like he was proud of himself. Um,
Bet he was.
and like I said, it was my second day knowing him, and that's how he like. It was really nice. Yep. I always wanted to be Dash from Incredibles, and I got to be. Those are real muscles, by the way. It's not fake. It's not the suit. They're real muscles. Wait, no, the camera's here. Why am I showing it to the other camera?
That's perfect right there. That's all you see. You don't even see the mug. You just see the picture.
So anyway, I was very happy. How about you? Do you have any Christmas stories like that?
No, nothing like that.
Oh,
No,
damn. I do. I think I have more. My
tell
my
away.
my dad understands my love for Zelda. So I was 10 years old and he got oh shit. Oh no, hang on. And he got me the Master Sword from Zelda and the shield from Zelda. Hell yeah. But after a while, he kind of got sick of like doing these crazy extravagant giftings things. So he just started giving us money on Christmas, and that's how he that's how he handled Christmas. But he would literally go like, all right, I'm gonna move this. My arm's tired. He would literally go. It's got so many chopsticks in it, dude. He would not eat lunch. He would skip probably dinner sometimes, and he would work as much overtime as his job allowed him just to get us Christmas stuff. Because a divorced couple, it's harder to get all your kids Christmas gifts. So it was so sweet. Like just now as an adult, and I worked like crazy hours and shit, and skipped lunches to move to Japan. And I'm like, oh, I could never really do that again for 6 months. And I was like, my dad did that every fucking year for Christmas. Like Man, it's just like,
Yeah, you get older, you really do start to appreciate the things your parents did for you when you were young.
yeah, like Christmas has got to be the most stressful time for parents. But then when
Hmm.
they you see like they're beaming with this kind of joy on Christmas every time because they finally get to relax and their kids are happy and Easter is one of those holidays too where the parents like there's got to be so much pressure on these parents. By the way, my kids will not be getting Easter like we used to get as my age because that is way too much sugar. And I have diabetes on my side of the family and Reese's side of the family. This is not a good
Ooh.
mix. So we're not gonna be. I mean, they're gonna have candy, but my basket was like, oh, fucking like this, full of just so much. And another thing is like, when you have kids, right? Are you thinking you're gonna tell them about the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and all that stuff?
I honestly don't know.
My dad is an honest man, so the problem is like, he can't lie. And he taught us that as well. Like he put a layer of trust on us. So if we lied, we felt really guilty, and it taught us we can't lie. So we can't lie either. So this is a concern I have as well. So when I went to my dad, I was like 7. I go, Dad? He goes, yeah, son. I go, is Santa real? He goes, because he can't lie. He goes, you want me to answer that question? I go, yeah, of course. That's why I asked it. I was a smart ass, I guess. But he goes, you're sure? I go, mm-hmm. And he heavy breath. He goes, nope. No, he's not. And like the day before, I was like, wow, this toy is so cool. Santa's elves must have worked so hard on this. And Dad chuckled. He goes, yep, they worked hard on it, son. It's still got like Walmart stickers on it, but I'm a dumbass kid, so how would I know? And
They worked really hard. They scoured every Walmart in the North Pole to get it.
I always wondered like if they outsourced some of their stuff as elves in Santa's factory. Like, all right, well, we don't have the stuff to make this. Should we go to Walmart, and work with them?
Just
Another,
order it off Amazon.
another year where we have to give money to Bezos. Oh my God. We go negative every year. It's like some crazy, like, we lose money every year, Santa. This is not a way to run a business. It's a non-for-profit or some shit. I don't know. Some stupid, like, angry New Yorker elf every Christmas. He's just like through the roof. His stress is through the roof every year, and he always makes sure you know what. This is crazy. My stress is through the roof right now. I don't know. So stupid. So stupid. Yeah, I just miss Christmas. Like as a kid, it's such a special feeling.
Mhm.
And it's sad because you're never gonna have that feeling again. Unless like maybe when you have kids, you get that feeling again. I don't know. I don't have kids yet. I get it a little bit now that I have like with Risa, like I try to get her good Christmas gifts and stuff, but it still doesn't feel the same. She got me this Aaron Rodgers jersey. We did Christmas really early this year because she wanted headphones like I have, and she kept stealing mine. And I'm like, okay. So I went and like they're $300. I couldn't believe it, but I got her a piece, a set of headphones, and she got me an Aaron Rodgers jersey. She knows the way to my heart. Yep. Yep. So what I did is I made her wear the Aaron Rodgers jersey, and this is the second half of my Christmas present. And then I pasted a picture of Aaron Rodgers on her face, and I'm just kidding. And you know what happened next? No, I'm just kidding. That's so crazy. Oh, Aaron, you're so Aaron Rodgery. Throw the football. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Aaron, throw the ball. She starts talking. It's her sweet little voice. I can't really throw. No, no. I didn't say no. You know the rules. No talking. The safe word is red 98. Red. I don't know. That's so stupid. So stupid. But yeah, no, I don't know. Christmas, I can't wait to get to New York and experience Christmas there again. My boss at my job does this really just generous thing every year. He goes out and he buys I think he has like a general rule of like a certain amount of money, and it's a lot of money for a gift for every person, so it's all equal value. Some people get brand new laptops, dude. Some people get like ovens for their house, like electric ovens and shit like that. Some people get air fryers, some people get like just the craziest things. And then some people just straight up get money. I'm like, this man is so generous. So last year for Christmas, I wasn't there for Christmas, and he made sure I wasn't forgotten. So my boss texts me and she goes, "So the owner sent money for Christmas this year because you're not here to celebrate." And I'm like, I don't deserve this. Like he's just such a good person. Um, just it's great, you know. Chris,
Sounds like it.
yeah, Christmas is such a good holiday. It's probably one of my favorites. But I know when we have kids, it's gonna be bad. Because here's the thing, is I have so many close friends that I'm like you that I just like I love. They're my family.
Yep.
They have kids, now I have to get them Christmas presents too. There's too many. So there's my kids, there's my friends' kids, there's my I'm like legally an uncle very soon with my brother-in-law's having a baby. And
Oh,
then
really?
my one of my buddies, Ivan, that I grew up with, I love him like a brother. He has a baby recently, and I'm like, I got a baby brother, and just
Yep.
my it's like Christmas is the most expensive time of the year. Do you think we were brainwashed to think it's the most wonderful time of the year, so we spend a bunch of money?
Probably a little bit.
It's probably super good for the economy.
Oh,
Christmas.
definitely.
President Trump's gonna like do some crazy shit about Christmas time. Every Christmas, taxing is gonna go up 35% or something crazy. I don't know. He probably won't raise taxes, but he'll do something crazy with the economy on Christmas. So everybody's just like buying more shit. By the
On
way,
Christmas, every American citizen must send me one toy. It
and
is a law.
if I don't like it, you're deported. This is the second Spider-Man toy in a row. You're gone. Sir, my family's been here since the Mayflower. Not anymore. Bye bye. Oh man. I saw this thing. This is a random thing about Trump. He talked about like paying off Kamala Harris's debt. Like her campaign went into debt, and he said we should help them. We have a lot of money left over. Like he tweeted that. He goes, "We should help them for the sake of unity. We should help them however we can." And I have a lot of money left over because I received like a lot of like they call it free media, where like everybody just talks about Trump because he's crazy. If he does that, like I would be so impressed. I'd be like, what the fuck? So we'll see. I think it's illegal though. I don't think he's allowed to do it with the money that he has from the campaign. But if he does it out of pocket, that's crazy. So we'll see. I was very impressed. $20 million in debt. The Harris campaign went.
Wow.
Yeah. She raised $1 billion. So in 4 months, she went she spent 1 billion and 20 million. Crazy. I mean that's pocket money for like us because we're famous podcasters.
Hmm.
um, yeah. My YouTube channel hit 10,000 subscribers, and then I started changing my content, and nobody watches my videos anymore. Everybody's like, "That's not Minecraft. Fuck you." I upload a Minecraft video, it's like 20,000 views. I upload a video about the election, it's like five. That's not Minecraft. Fuck
Yeah,
you. But it's like such an important thing to me. But man, those Minecraft videos were popping off. But I got
they
tired of
were.
it.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard when you stop enjoying making videos to keep making videos. And like I had a really tight schedule for like months. I was doing every week uploading several videos. for months. And I got sick of Minecraft. I got sick of it, man. It was difficult. But I used to play Minecraft on Christmas and it would snow in the game, actually. And I would always build like this floating island in the sky. And I remember one year I built a whole mansion with working electricity. It was so nice.
Nice.
The time, the amount of free time you have as a kid is crazy.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, like the amount of free time that you're able to just spend doing nothing is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I sit in the apartment for too long now, I get a little stir crazy. I gotta go out, I gotta do something. Like even if it's just a walk for 5 seconds. I don't know. But I miss Christmas, bro. Oh damn, we've been going for an hour.
Yeah.
You want to call it?
It's up to you, man. I'm having fun.
I'm having fun too. Okay. So let's just keep talking about random things. Um, so I'm gonna get a butt plug for Christmas this year, and I'm just kidding. Um, let's see. What's one of the weirdest Christmas presents you ever received?
That's a good question. I honestly can't think of anything like weird that I've gotten.
As a kid, growing up, I used to get a lot of Christmas presents, and as I got older, it gradually became less and less and less and less, which is fun. I think that's normal. But I would get like these weird, like slimy toys. I don't remember too much, but they smelt weird. They smelled damn weird. And then I got this weird like, so it's like this little egg, and it's got this little creature, cartoon creature inside. And when you shake it, he makes like this weird sound like "Wah, wah, wah, wah." Anyway, and I loved it. And you could feed it, and you could play games with it. And it was kind of like your pet dog thing on the DS, but it was just dedicated. It was this whole toy dedicated to that. And I loved it, but it was so like weird. It smelled funny and slimy. Like they had like a rubber thing on it.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that was a fun toy. It was a weird toy. I've never seen it again. I was probably like one of the few people who had that fucking thing. But it was shaped like an egg. Um, yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. Trying to remember what it was called.
You realize how long ago the 2000s were, bro?
Yeah, I know it amazes me.
Like we're aging. Oh, not this one, but we had this one too. Let me show you this. We had this fucker too. I grew up with this one. Let's see. Share. We had this one, but it wasn't, that's not the one I'm looking at. Um, where is this freaking toy? Weird pet monster pet toy. Let's get rid of the egg thing. See if we can find it. That's not it.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's from the 80s.
this is not it. Let's see. It might come up this way though. This looks right to me, but it was electronic. You know what? Let me. Ah, man, what the fuck? Let's look it up. Let me do this digital. Digital. Okay, that's a good one. Good way to look it up. I can't find this fucker. Damn. It was the weirdest toy, bro. And it would make the weirdest. We had this too, actually. The iDog.
Yep.
They advertised that thing to make it seem so futuristic, and it was just the shittiest thing.
I mean, it was cool for the time.
It was really cool for the time, but I even remember being disappointed because they made it seem like it was going to be like a droid, like a toy that was really alive,
Yep.
and it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm a motherfucking Teletubby. Do you remember that crazy bitch, Trisha? She's funny. She's funny. Trisha Paytas. She thought she was a Teletubby. She goes, when I grew up, I always wanted to be a Teletubby. You know what I'm talking about?
Not right off.
Oh, it was so funny, dude. When I grew up, I always wanted to be a Teletubby. She starts like getting emotional. She's sitting on her kitchen floor. She starts crying. And then I realized I am. I am a Teletubby. I'm a motherfucking Teletubby. It was like, what? See if this is it. I don't know. I can't find it. I promise I wasn't making it up.
I believe you.
That toy from the 2000s. Now it's gonna drive me crazy until I find out.
Yeah, I've had that happen quite a few times.
Uh, that's the worst. Is that the one? No, that's not it, but it's similar. Damn. Um, let's see. What other weird toys did we have back in our days? There was a lot of creepy dolls back then, dude. Raggedy Ann and Andy, the Cabbage Patch dolls. They were
Hmm.
all weird, dude. They were all weird. Oh, that's not my
Yeah,
coffee.
I remember I used to have a Cabbage Patch Kid. I don't remember why or whose of us it was it belonged to, but I do remember having it.
I remember my cousin had them, and I always, for some reason, thought they looked the same, like my cousin and the Cabbage Patch doll. I was like, wow, that you guys look the same. I think it's because the Cabbage Patch doll had curly hair, and so did my cousin, because obviously I have very curly hair. Um, but yeah, it was funny. Starbucks makes these cups of like the cities that you go to. Starbucks. And I live in Fukuoka, so when I bought the mug, they were like, "Oh, where are you from?" And at this point, I've lived here long enough. I just go, "Oh, I'm from," and I say like the city I live in the city, like the part of the city I live in. And they go, "Huh?" I go, "I'm from," okay, and then I go, "Okay, so I'm from New York, but I live here." "Oh, wow, you live here." I go, "Uh-huh." And then they're like acting like I'm kind of like mentally challenged because I bought like a cup with the name of the location that I live in. I'm thinking, well, I'm not gonna live here permanently. Like, it's gonna be cool when I live in America and I have the cup. But they all think that there's something wrong with me. So when we went to, everybody thinks I'm like autistic here. Like autism is a great thing. It's a superpower, but they think I'm like on the lower side of the autistic spectrum. Like I'm low functioning. I went to the Harry Potter section and I love Harry Potter. We know this. I was getting excited. So I went and I bought a wand and I'm waiting in line. It's like if it was a scene from a movie, the camera would be panning. 8-year-old, 8-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 2-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6 foot tall. They're all 2 foot tall. All suddenly 6 foot tall, white 23-year-old man, back to 8-year-old, 8-year-old, 6-year-old, and I'm standing there super excited. And then all of a sudden they go, "Okay, are you ready?" And like they're talking to me like they talk to a kid. And they see my wife. I think they think she's my care. They think like she's my caregiver. And like it's Wingardium Leviosa, and like I'm like I know. So at first they're like, you know, she's speaking Japanese to me. Thankfully, she doesn't think I'm that bad, but um, so I do it, and then all of a sudden, like the robot reacts, like the thing lifts up on its own, and it's like, oh, the magic worked. She acted like I was a little kid. She goes, "Wow, it worked! You did it!" Like that kind of thing. And she looks at Risa and she goes, "Did you see? Did you see that?" And she goes, "Yeah, I saw that." And my dumbass is just happy that I got the thing to work. So I'm just like, "No, did you see it?" So then like I'm carrying my wand around, and then I think people start really getting the impression. because I was just holding on to it for a long time. Someone goes, "Oh wow, you're a wizard." I go, "Yep," and I'm like, retrospectively, I'm like, "Oh, they thought I was mentally challenged. Like they thought there was something wrong with me." And then I get home and I call my dad, and he starts laughing so hard. He's like, "Dude, they thought she was your caregiver." It's so, yeah, it's so funny to me. The way you did the Merry Christmas thing, by the way, looks really nice. Like way better than the Soggy Conversations thing.
Thanks.
Yeah, I really like it. When I did the Soggy Conversations, though, I didn't have like anything. I just had like a shitty laptop and a mouse pad. Now I have like, oh, you can't see it. It's a drawing pad for animation. So that's why I was able to animate stuff now. But yeah. So we should think of something because I want to do like animation a lot for fun, but we should come up with something so you can have a character on the show.
That'd be nice.
I think it would be fun. I feel like the show could become something fun that people really like. Like I have a plan for like Jerry the character to just be recurring and like in random places at random times, and it's just like always going to be like really uncomfortable, shaky camera, but nothing comes of it. Like it's just like a bit where like they're just like having a good time, and all of a sudden he sees Jerry. But I'm trying to figure out like I want to go the extra mile with this next episode of like Fred trying to escape Jerry's place, and I'm trying to think, do I really want to like take a really long time and make a really cool escape scene, like where he gets like Attack on Titan ODM gear and he's like flying through and like so something like really like fan servicey for like Attack on Titan fans. It would take me like a month to make. Or do I want to just make it quick? Like I thought of also just like having the sock. Like the episode starts with Jerry just sniffing, like you just hear Jerry sniffing like and then like it shows in and the sock is like over Jerry's entire face except for his mouth. And then all of a sudden like he is hitting the back of the head like suddenly, and then Fred escapes that way. I thought of that too, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm tired because I spent a long time making that one, and then I was writing my book at the same time. So I've been writing my book for like almost a year. I'm so glad it's finally done. And then now I have the animation that I'm having fun with. I could focus more on that now, but I don't know. Do you think there's a lot of people on this channel that watch the podcast that know about my channel?
I honestly don't know.
Because I don't think there's a lot of crossover. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. I don't know. Wakarimasen. I said that. I don't know why I said I sorry. That's something I say with my friends here, my foreign friends. We joke around and we say like we speak Japanese with really bad American accents. So I just thought that you would get the joke naturally. Like I was just like, yeah, let me just say it. He'll get it. And I just as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I'm fucking stupid. Sorry. Um Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it. I have to go to the bathroom and get lunch. And it's really late for you now. What is it? Let's see, 10? 30? 8?
20 to 11.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's 20 to 1 here because daylight saving time in America. We don't have it here,
Mhm.
so
Yep.
yes, sir. All right. It was a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching the Soggy Conversations Christmas special. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we quit Smith.
Happy Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you guys have a great time. Sorry I couldn't beat Jake Paul. All right. Have a good one, Leo. We should do more shows again. I think it'll be easier now that I have a good laptop. So, all right.